Hello, I'm Warrant Officer First Class Thibeault, and I will be teaching you how to maintain a beret. So, the first thing that you want to do is you want to shave the beret. So, as you can see here, with the beret, there is minimal fuzz on it whatsoever. When you first get issued your beret is going to have a lot of fuzz. So, you want to just get rid of all of that extra material. Makes it look better, and the thinner material you have when you shave both the inside and the outside is you have a lot thinner material, so it's a lot easier to work with. Now, after you've shaved it, what else you want to do is you want to cut out the liner. So as you can see here, there is this black material. In your beret, as soon as it's issued, there'll be this black material on the sweatband will continue all the way into the beret, like a liner. You want to cut out that liner completely. And then you want to cut around the cap brass. So for my beret, I have a metal cap brass. So I only need the backing to the cardboard right here. But for most of you, you'll have that round cap badge. So you'll just cut around the cardboard into a round circle. This is very necessary, and it's very necessary to make sure that you have enough fabric to work with, and you don't have all of that extra cardboard material all the way around your cap brass, so that it's just impossible to work with. A beret, once it's issued, can't be retracted by supply because it's an item that contacts your skin. Same thing as issued socks and t-shirts. Beret can't be reissued or retracted by supply for the exact same reason. So unless you have officers that completely object to it, you have the ability to maintain your beret however you please because it's your beret. It's never going to be anyone else's, so no worries about that. Now, what you do after you've cut around that circle and cut out all the liner and shaved it so that there's minimal fuzz is you're going to dampen it. So, what I do is I will just dampen the entirety of the outside. And then I'll dampen all of the inside. Just like that. The water temperature really doesn't matter. You just don't want to switch between hot and cold, because if you consistently switch between hot and cold, then it will shrink the beret. Now, once it's all wet, grab it and squeeze it. You don't want to twist it because that'll damage the wool. You just want to squeeze it out so that it's not dripping. You still want it very damp, but you don't want it dripping. Put my cap brass back in. And then you're gonna put it on your head. So, when you first put it on your head, it's going to look like a chef hat, like this. So, first thing you do is you make sure that your cap brass is right above your left eye. How you can check with this without having a mirror is you put a V over your eye, you lift it up to your cap brass, and if the V aligns through your eye being here, going up to the two edges of the cap brass, that's how you know it's in the right spot. Now, it's an inch above your eyebrows. So the main thing is that it's usually, for most people, it's 2 fingers. So it's an inch, and it's an inch all the way around to the sides as well. Now, where I wear it, you don't want to do this. You don't want to wear it all the way on the back of your head like a baseball cap. That's the #1 mistake. That's why no one at first will ever have a good beret. That's why people struggle, is because of that mistake. you want to wear it up on the crown of your head. You see I have a bald spot where my hair branches out. That's the crown of your head. That's where you want to wear it, is pretty much right here. Like that. It's very high. If I was to shake my head around, my beret would come right off. It is very high, but that's needed for a beret. So it'll be an inch, 2 fingers, and then it'll be at the crown of your head like that. So at the very back, it'll go up. Then you're gonna fold down the cap brass and then just pull all of the material over to the side. You're not actually getting the proper shape right now. You're just forming it to the side. Now, for the Army cadets out there, your unit might have certain regimental traditions that make your life a lot easier. If your regiment does it like this, you might just be able to get away with doing this and having no trench whatsoever behind your cap brass, and your beret will look something like this. This is what a beret looks like when it has no trench whatsoever. There'll be no space behind the cap brass, and you'll be done. So for Army cadet units that have certain regimental tradition, mainly I know that a lot of artillery units, some MP units, traditionally units that have never fought in trenches during war, will not have a trench behind their cap brass. But for pretty much everyone else, that's not how you do it. There's another step. This is the first step. However you're doing it, you want to pull over all your material. That's always the first step. You want to pull everything over. Center it again. Just pull all the material over, hold it, pull. You want to get rid of all the wrinkles as best you can. Pull it off to the side and pull the fabric backwards in this kind of direction. You're just patting it down. And then you're going to take your cap brass in a fist. So my fingers are going all the way down so that it's touching the very back of my cap brass. The very bottom, rather, not back. And then you have that fist, take your thumb, grab the sweatband, and then feed your thumb into a gap. And then take your fingers and fold it over. Fold that material over your thumb. And then where you do the trench is starting on the edge of where you start that first trench, is on the edge of the cap brass. And then you feed your thumb under and then smooth it out like that, so that it's touching the tip of your ear. And then that's the first part. The next part is this triangle right here. You want this triangle to go like a completely normal triangle, go straight down to the sweatband. What a lot of people will accidentally have, and it's very easy, is they'll have something like this. You don't want that. You want to avoid that. You want that triangle to be tight. So you want it to be like this. You might need to pull over more material. Relocate all of that wool best you can. And then you want all of this to just be flat. You don't want there to be any overlap from the cap brass here. Flat. And adjust this so that you have this crease here and then this triangle right here. Smooth it out so there's no wrinkles, and then adjust it properly. And then that is a formed beret. Now, a beret will always look its best when it's wet. My beret is never gonna look this good normally. So, what you do is you leave it on your head until it dries completely. what people will often do is they'll wet it before cadets, and they'll just let it dry through the training night, or they'll just, whenever they're not going out of their house anywhere, then they'll just leave it on their head to dry. Just make sure it dries fully, and then whenever you're not wearing it, what you want to do is you want to fold it properly. So how to fold it is you want to fold it in half like this, so that it's reinforcing this crease here, and it's reinforcing this triangle here. So you see this triangle is going down still, and then if you fold it like this, whenever you're in the mess or sitting down, then you can have it reinforced. And ideally when you're at home, you either want to fold it like this, or you want it on a bowl or something, so that your beret can just sit how it would naturally if it were on your head. Because the more times you mold your beret and shape it, the more natural it'll take to my head. You can all see every time I put it on my head, it just instantly takes to the shape. That only comes with forming it over and over again. So that's the way to do that. I've been Warrant Officer First Class Thibeault from 211 on how to form a beret. Thank you.